G'day gang, Danny, how's it going folks? We're back in the Elder Scrolls Online Firesong, and we've completed the Firesong quest, or Galen Zone Story quest, but Zaji's got a few things to say.
Thank the moons, Zaji was worried you left with the tide. Lady Arabelle sent this one with urgent news.
What urgent news, Zaji?
Well, Lady Arabelle doesn't exactly trust Zaji with all the details, but she did impress upon Zaji that she had urgent matters to discuss with you. So, she sent Zaji to find you.
What did Lady Arabelle say exactly, Zaji?
Oh, she said, Zaji, I have urgent matters to discuss with our friend. Go find them, dear, and tell them to come talk to me at Mandrake Manor. That's exactly how she said it. Ask Casca, she heard it too.
I'll meet Lady Arabelle at Mandrake Manor.
Come to think of it, this must be about the peace talks. Queen Irene and the other leaders are quite annoyed that the talks haven't started yet. Hurry, friend. Go to Mandrake Manor and tell Lady Arabelle that Zaji sent you, just like she asked.
Alrighty. Casca?
Politics. If there's one thing I hate more than those Ascendant Order bastards, it's politics. Hopefully, between you and Lady Arabelle, we can finish this business. Then Zaji and I can finally turn our full attention to restoring the Palms.
Alright, let's go to Mandrake Manor and back to Lady Arabelle. Lady Arabelle? Where is she? Oh, around the back? Lady Arabelle. Hey, Jakan.
Good to see you, my dear. Zaji found you, I take it. Come, we have much to discuss.
What's going on, Jakan?
Don't say I didn't warn you. Save the day once and everyone expects you to do it again. But save the day twice? You'll never know a moment's peace. Don't worry, I won't get in your way. I'm officially out of the hero business. For real this time.
I don't know about that. Wait a minute, were you ever in the hero business? It's usually just me doing all the work and you just eating your apples. Anyway, Lady Arabelle.
I'm glad Zaji found you. Sometimes he actually manages to surprise me. You've already done so much. I hesitate to ask, but Lord Bacaro is reluctant to move forward with the peace talks while the Ascendant Order remains a threat.
You think the Ascendant Order still poses a threat to the peace talks?
The Ascendant Lord and his minions are still out there somewhere. Lord Bacaro is hesitant to proceed when an attack could occur at any moment. But I can't keep the Alliance leaders here much longer. Their patience with the situation grows thin.
Would the Alliance leaders really abandon the peace talks now?
They are a proud and fickle lot, but they have one thing in common, dear. They respect you. Go to the city palace and talk to them. Ask them to remain patient. Then speak to Lord Bacaro. See if you can convince him to let me get things started.
I'll talk to the Alliance leaders and Lord Bacaro.
Find the Alliance leaders at Gonfalon Palace and convince them to wait just a little longer. After that, look for Lord Bacaro at the city's western docks. He's been there for days, overseeing the Society of the Steadfast Relief efforts for Galen.
Right, to the palace. Now, where are the leaders? Oh, I see one at the back. Queen Irene.
Do you bring news, my friend? Is Lord Bacaro ready to summon us so we can finally engage in the discussions of peace?
Not yet. The Ascendant Order is still out there, but Lady Arabelle is running down new leads.
Well, that's something, at least. I swear, though, if something doesn't change soon, I'm going to call for Captain Zaji and return to my own domain. I've been absent long enough as it is.
You'd abandon the peace talks?
Locked away for my safety is not what I had imagined when I agreed to attend this conference. I'll abide a little longer, but my royal patience is growing quite thin. Go, my friend. End the threat so we can get to the business that brought us here.
Okay. So now we've got Prince Oscar's below. Oh, he was right here. We walked right past the guy. Hey, Prince.
They've separated us, have us under constant guard. I feel like a prisoner. And all because Lord Bacaro wants to maintain the sanctity of his peace talks. But I want to hear your news. Where have you been, my friend?
To Galen and Yiflon, I stopped a plot involving the Firesong druids and sea elves.
Druids and sea elves? Huh. Impressive as always. And have you learned anything more about the Ascendant Order and its mysterious lord?
Not yet, but Lady Arabelle is running down some new leads. We'll get the peace talks going soon.
Yes, yes. For a Breton noble, Lady Arabelle seems quite competent. I know my father trusts her, despite her ties to Emmerich and the Covenant. We'll get to it. I can't wait to get out of this room so we can finally start talking.
Right. Over here. Hi, King Emmerich.
I used to enjoy my visits to the archipelago. It was a welcome change from the hustle and bustle of my court. But because of the Ascendant Order, I'm practically a prisoner in here. But tell me, what have you been up to?
Oh, it's a Galen and Yiflon. I stopped a plot involving the Firesong druids and sea elves.
More druidic traitors? I really must have a talk with their elders. And they were working with sea elves. That's not an alliance I would have predicted. But what about the Ascendant Order? Any sign of them or their lord?
Lady Arabelle is running down some new leads while we work to get the peace talks underway.
Aha, Arabelle. She's never failed me yet. Give her whatever help she requires. I haven't spoken to Irene or Ernskar since the celebration. I think I actually miss them. The guards are overly protective of us and we've had practically no contact.
You haven't spoken to the other leaders who are like right in the next room?
No. Lord Bacaro wants the peace talks to occur under controlled conditions. He's worried that if left to our own devices, we'd start another war. And I can't say he's wrong. We're all a bit hot-headed and stubborn, if you hadn't noticed.
Alright. Now we go to find Lord Bacaro at the docks. The Alliance leaders seem eager to begin the peace talks, but they grow tired of the delays. I should find Lord Bacaro at the western docks in Gonfalon Bay and ask him if he's ready to let Lady Arabelle begin the peace talks to the docks. There's Lord Bacaro at the end.
Let's get these supplies on board. The people of Galen need our assistance.
I'll take care of things here on High Isle in your absence, Lord Bacaro. May the Society's efforts on Galen bring the people of Vestir some relief.
Haha! The defender of the three thrones and the savior of the sisters. I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time. The Society of the Steadfast is needed in Vestir, and my ship is ready to depart. I decided to oversee the relief efforts personally.
Lady Arabelle sent me. She'd like to get the peace talks underway.
Lady Arabelle uses every weapon in her arsenal. I suppose that's why I hired her. But the timing isn't right, my friend. There's too much at stake to risk another setback. Once the most recent threats have been eliminated, then we may begin.
What recent threats?
I was about to send word to Lady Arabelle. My scouts reported new Ascendant Order activity at the Dufort shipyards. I sent a messenger there to confirm these reports, but they have yet to return. I fear Duchess Alea has fooled us all.
Duchess Alea? What do you mean?
After you discovered that her brother was the Ascendant Magus and killed him, Duchess Alea claimed no involvement. She was stoic in her grief and assured me her brother acted without her permission or foreknowledge. Since you're here...
What are you thinking, Lord Bacaro?
If you're still working with Arabelle, then you can look into the validity of this threat. Discover what became of my messenger at the Dufort shipyards. That would ease my mind while I aid Vestir and get us closer to starting the peace talks.
Dufort shipyards. That is all the way over there. Okay, so let's head over there. Alright, we're here at the shipyards. Let's look for suspicious activities.
I don't know how we can sort this out. We promised to deliver the last 6 months of construction to customers in Glenumbra and Blackwood. But now those ships are at the bottom of the lock.
Okay. Doesn't help me. exactly? Ascendant laborer. Okay. What's going on here? Something's not quite right.
We did it!
We do. Amber, keep it down. We're investigating. Oh, we got something over here. Deal with the messenger. Knight Captain. The Society of the Steadfast sent a messenger named Duncan Genus to the Defort shipyards. They have orders to confirm our takeover of the shipyards and report on our activity there to Lord Bacaro Valoris. When the messenger arrives, you deal with them. Confirmation of our presence must remain secret for as long as possible. The Defort shipyards are vital to our efforts to rebuild our forces, maintain our control through whatever means you deem necessary. The Ascendant Lord. Also a law book. Just ahead. Oh, yep, I think everyone's seen us now. Take down some of these Ascendant punks. Body. The dockmaster assures me that the hooded knights are just mercenaries hired by House Defort to guard the shipyards, but I don't trust him. In fact, I don't see a single labourer here bearing the emblem of the House Defort. I fear the reports Lord Bacaro received about rogue knights commandeering the shipyards prove true. I intend to bring this information to Lord Bacaro's attention at once, though the dockmaster insisted I tour the yard before departing. A refusal could arouse suspicion, so returning to Steadfast Manor will have to wait just a little longer. Just a little too long. Return to Mandrake Manor.
Fireclaw, terrible news! Lady Arabelle has succumbed to some unknown malady. She's upstairs in bed waiting for you.
What? She was like right up the top, wasn't she? Oh, here she is.
Welcome back, dear. And wipe that expression off your face. I'm not dead yet.
Lady Arabelle, you need to rest.
Druid Ravana.
I want to hear all about your conversations with the Alliance leaders and Lord Bacaro, dear. But I think we need to deal with this situation I find myself in first, if that's all right with you.
What's wrong with you, Lady Arabelle?
Poison, I should think. It has all the usual signs. Right after you left, I received a package. My favorite wine. And a note of congratulations for saving the Alliance leaders. I should have known better than to pour a glass, but here we are.
Any idea who sent you the wine?
The note was suspiciously vague about that. If I hadn't been tired and thinking about 12 dozen other things, that should have set off a warning bell. Instead, no matter. Tell me, is Lord Bacaro ready to start the peace talks?
Not yet. He sent me to the Defort shipyards. The Ascendant Order is still using them.
How can that be? Duchess Alea assured me she had retaken control of her shipyards. We'll deal with that later. Right now, I need you to figure out where that package came from. Determine who wants me out of the way. Nothing has been touched.
I'll figure out who sent the poison, Lady Arabelle.
Everything is still exactly where I left it. Examine the note and bottle carefully. See if you can trace them back to their origin. And talk to Ravana. She's been working to identify the poison and figure out an antidote. My life is in your hands.
Lady Arabelle is fortunate that Zaji sent for me and not one of the Society of the Steadfast's menders. They wouldn't have been able to counteract the poison.
What do you mean?
This poison smells slightly of garlic and has all the earmarks of a druidic compound, but its effects remind me of much older recipes. No healer without druidic training would have even recognized some of the ingredients that make up the poison.
So you were able to nullify the poison?
No. But I have given Lady Arabelle a tincture that will keep her stable and slow down the poison's most deadly effects. I need to return to my workshop, analyze the components, and consult my ancient herbal apothecary. I'm sure I've seen this before.
What should I do?
Just what Lady Arabelle asked. Discover where the poisoned wine came from and who sent it. I'll leave more of my tincture with Zaji and give him exact instructions. Then I need to go do research of my own. Meet me at my workshop as soon as you can.
You got it? Okay. Let's have a little look at what's around here. Defort, singular amber. The bottle bears the House Defort seal and the words singular amber, 2E571. The wine smells faintly of garlic.
Any distinctive markings on the bottle, dear?
Congratulations on another success to Lady Arabelle DeVoe, Mandrake Manor, Gonfalon. Once again you have outdone yourself, my lady. I am quite certain that by your actions, the leaders of the three alliances were spared a grueling and painful death, and peace remains not only a hope, but a real possibility. Please enjoy this rare vintage with my compliments, and keep up the good work, a devoted and grateful admirer.
You must be my eyes and ears on this, dear. Tell me what you've discovered. Oh, I really hate being so impotent. Ravonna tells me her tincture defers the worst effects of the poison, but I still feel weak, like my blood is on fire. Enough of my problems. Tell me what you saw when you examined the note and the bottle.
The note doesn't reveal much, but the bottle bears the House Defort seal. It's a singular amber.
Let me guess. The 571 vintage. I'd be hard-pressed to refuse such an exquisite wine. Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports. Only place on the island that might have any bottles available, other than the Duchess's private stores. Go talk to them, dear.
I'll go see what I can learn at Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports.
Ask for Fillion Ashcroft, the proprietor. He knows me well and keeps a spot in Bayside Artisans here in town. And while Ravonna works on an antidote, I'll send Zaji to make sure the Alliance leaders don't accept any mysterious gifts.
Right. Talk to Fillion Ashcroft. Fillion Ashcroft, where are you? There he is.
Welcome to Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports. I am Fillion Ashcroft, proprietor and expert on all things luxurious and exquisite. What might I help you with today?
This bottle of wine? Do you recognize it?
Let me see. Yes, a fine vintage. Very fine indeed. I may have sold a bottle or two recently, but I don't make a habit of discussing my clients' orders. What is this about, if I may be so bold?
Lady Arabelle received this bottle as a gift, but the wine inside was poisoned.
What? I had no idea! Lady Arabelle is one of my best customers. I swear on my reputation, that wine left this shop unaltered. In fact, I only made one sale that included this particular vintage recently. It was a rather large order, in fact.
Who placed the order?
Oh, this is awkward. Castle Navir Seneschal placed the order, claimed he needed to replenish the cellars for Duchess Alea, and demanded I sell back the wine I had purchased from them. That exact vintage, to be precise. You'll want to talk to them.
Oh, I'll talk to them. Okay, so Castle Navir. Arriving at Castle Navir. Duchess Alea. Inside.
Hero of the Sisters, you're always welcome here. The Duchess will see you in the Knight's Wing.
What about me? I've been waiting hours to make my delivery.
The Duchess is much too busy right now, courier. Take your wagon to the jousting tents. The Duchess will send someone to deal with you shortly.
Okay. Let's go find Duchess Alea. Ask her the question.
Lady Arabelle's assistant? How good to see you again. But I don't remember your name on my schedule today. Did we have an appointment?
I have some difficult questions to ask you, Duchess.
Do tell. Well, go ahead. After everything you've done for the people of the archipelago, you've earned the right to be direct with me.
Lady Arabelle was poisoned. The wine was part of a large order your seneschal placed recently.
Lady Arabelle poisoned? Is she all right? But what was that about wine? I haven't placed any orders recently. Not while the castle is still in disrepair. And I haven't appointed a new seneschal since that trouble with Steward Hercian.
What about the Ascendant Order? They control the Defort shipyards.
Again? I thought my knights ran them off after that terrible business with my brother. Thank you for bringing me the news. I'll send a battalion to deal with them right away. I know how this must look, but I am not in league with those malcontents.
Lord Bakara seemed to think otherwise.
Did he? Well, I want the Ascendant Lord brought to justice, the same as you. That wine that poisoned Lady Arabelle, was it a Dufort Singular Amber, vintage 571? I received a similar gift this morning. It's in the Knight Commander's private chamber.
Well, I should examine the gift you received.
The Knight Commander insisted that the anonymous gift be tested before I consumed so much as a drop. It's in her private chamber, waiting for one of my handmaidens to come by and taste it. Feel free to perform your own investigation.
Right, hopefully one of those handmaidens didn't already try it out. Smells faintly of garlic, just like the one Lady Arabelle received. To Duchess Alea de Fort, as the anniversary of the ascension of House de Fort approaches, I thought you might like a bottle of your family's favorite wine. I know how hard these are to come by. May you raise a glass to your house and to your father's memory, and long may House de Fort reign over the archipelago. A devoted and grateful admirer. Nobody else in here? No one had a drink? Good.
What do you think? Did someone send me the same gift that poisoned poor Lady Arabelle?
The note and the wine are the same. Do you have any idea where the gift came from?
As we discussed, and you no doubt noticed, the letter was unsigned. My Knight Commander insisted on having someone else taste the wine before she would allow any to pass my lips. I'm just glad you arrived before that happened.
Yeah, but we're no closer to figuring out who sent the poison wine.
Hold on. Earlier you mentioned that the shopkeep claimed that my seneschal placed an order for a large amount of wine. While we did no such thing, one of my sentries informed me that a courier had arrived with an unscheduled delivery.
Right. I noticed them talking when I arrived at the castle. The sentry ordered them to wait.
Then your answer may be right outside. I told the sentry to have them wait by the jousting tents until I was ready to deal with the mix-up. Talk to the courier and find out who hired them to deliver the incriminating bottles of wine to my castle.
Right, I'll go talk to the courier. There she is.
Are you from the castle? Can I finally make my delivery and be done with this damn job?
Can you tell me who hired you to make this delivery? Was it Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports?
Ashcroft's? No. Some hooded figures hired me to take some crates to an isolated spot up north. That's where I met another hooded figure. He helped unload my wagon, gave me the crates for Castle Navir, and told me to make the delivery.
Hooded figures? Great. Tell me about these hooded figures. Do they give you any names?
No names. Just enough gold to make me not want to ask any questions. You did hear me say we were in an isolated location, right? But if it helps, they were definitely wearing armor under their hooded cloaks. Knight armor.
Can you tell me where this isolated location was exactly?
Right below the cliffs of Garrick's Rest. Look, I know how all this sounds, but I needed this job. Courier work has been hard to come by since the trouble here and on Galen. All I know is I delivered one set of crates and received another for Navir.
Okay. Well...
Zaji has found you!
Yes. I was going to go to Garrick's Rest. What's happening?
Lady Arabelle wasn't improving, so Zaji went to find Druid Ravana. Do not worry, Five Claw. Casca stands guard at Mandrake Manor. Instead of giving this one more medicine, Ravana sent me to find you.
Did Druid Ravana tell you what she wanted?
Druid Ravana wants you to come to her workshop right away. Do you know where it is? Just west of Gonfalon Bay and north of Druid's Gate. When you see her, remind her that Lady Arabelle still needs the antidote.
Alright, I'll go and talk to Druid Ravana.
That makes Zaji feel much better. It was good to get out of the manor and do something. All this waiting makes Zaji's ears itch. This one will head back to the manor and make sure Lady Arabelle is taking her tincture.
Okay. I was going to go to... Where's Garrick's Rest? Well, anyway, I was going to go to Garrick's Rest, but I guess we're not going there just yet. So we'll go to Druid Ravana's workshop via Way Shrine. Druid Ravana?
Ah, there you are. I hope you've had more success than I, my friend. I thought that I'd be able to replicate an antidote using some of the old recipes in my ancient herbal apothecary, but nothing I've concocted thus far has worked. This poison is proving very resistant to our tried and true elixirs.
Were you mistaken about the ingredients used to make the poison?
That's just it. I identified the various plants, root, stem, and leaf, but they aren't those plants. Not exactly.
I don't understand.
Neither did I, at least not at first. But after careful study, I can see that someone with extensive agricultural knowledge created new and more potent versions of the rare plants used to prepare the poison. Oh, did you discover who sent the wine?
The wine came from Ashcroft's shop, but someone at Garrick's Rest bought it and added the poison.
Garrick's Rest? Strange magic saturates the wildlife around those ruins. If that's the source of the poison, I'll need samples to craft an antidote. Meet me there. I fear we could be dealing with another rogue druid, and a powerful one at that.
I'll meet you at Garrick's Rest.
We'll need to proceed carefully once we get to Garrick's Rest. If we are dealing with a powerful druid, we won't be able to avoid them for long.
Why do you think a druid is behind this? The courier described a knight under a hooded cloak.
That sounds like the Ascendant Order. But only a skilled druid could alter plants and create this vile poison. We know they worked with the Eldertide Circle before. Maybe they still have some druid allies assisting them.
How long can Lady Arabelle hold on without an antidote?
The tincture I provided will slow the poison's spread, but it won't hold off the inevitable forever. She should be all right for a while longer, but I do recommend we hurry. Once I have a sample of the plants, I know I can craft an antidote.
Right. Okay, investigate. Garrick's Rest. That's not Garrick's Rest. That's where I am right now. Hang on, I gotta step out, I guess. Garrick's Rest, here we go. So you want to go all the way up north. There is a way shrine just over here. Let's take that.
Friend, look. It appears something heavy was dragged up and down this hill recently.
Yep. Let's follow it. Garrick's Rest is just ahead of us.
A door. That's definitely where whatever made the marks came from.
Head on inside. Head on inside. Explore and investigate.
Be careful. I don't think we're alone down here.
That's right, I got this big axe and I've got that cat called Ember. What? Where'd he go? Oh, here. We're all good here. Follow the path.
The Ascendant Order has been hiding here for a while. Lord Bakara was right to be concerned.
Nice and easy. What do we got here? Welcome, Initiate.
Take a look at that pile of paper.
Welcome, Ascended Initiates. There are many who believe we were defeated after the events at All Flags Islet, but the flame of our vision is not so easily snuffed out. You have followed rumors and whispers to find us. Soon others will join you in a growing swell of opposition to the royal warmongers that rule our lands. An aspiring or an uprising is coming to the sisters. The events on Galen are only the beginning. Join your druid brothers and sisters in taking back what is rightfully ours. The dream of Kasserine will come to pass, and together we will reclaim the legacy of the Bretons. You have my word, the Ascendant Lord.
The Ascendant Lord is recruiting disillusioned druids after the events on Galen. Insidious.
Absolutely. Well, which way do we go? Either way. Keeping an eye out, looking for traps. Oh, got some jousting. Some lances there for some jousting.
Those must be the crates the courier delivered. Check the labels.
Shorebird Ship Express Agency. Where'd I get shipwreck? From Daggerfall to Steadfast Manor. Content 6 crates from Stag and Stallion Armorers. Attention Captain Marguerite. Society of the Steadfast.
Those were intended for Steadfast Manor. Why deliver them here? See what's inside the open one. Society of the Steadfast Armor. With that, the Ascendant Order could impersonate Steadfast Knights.
Don't mess with the street kid.
So what's over here then?
Look, over on that table.
I got it.
The outsiders are useful allies.
Druid Edreld. I understand your garden below Garrick's Rest is blooming. Perfect. When you receive the shipment of wine, here is how I want you to proceed. Add your newly developed poison to one of the bottles. I've arranged for it to be part of a gift basket for Lady Arabelle. Her suspicions grow, and will likely discover our agents in Steadfast Manor if we do not take action. I am sure she won't be able to resist taking a taste of this rare vintage. She does so love her wine. So, do the same for the gift we will send to Duchess Alea, then crate up the rest of the bottles. A courier will meet you outside, take the delivery from them, then give them the crates of wine. The courier has orders to deliver them to Castle Navir. If all goes as planned, both Arabelle and Alea will be dead, and blame will fall squarely on malcontents in House to Fort. As for this relic, I give it to you for safekeeping while I am away. If Steadfast Manor becomes compromised in my absence, use it to enter the tunnels below the cellar. Destroy any documents you find there. We must not reveal our true identity until the time is right. The Ascendant Lord.
The Ascendant Lord gave clear orders to this druid alchemist. We need to find that garden. Is that a key over there?
That is a key over there. A garden key.
We didn't expect the Ascendant Order to wither away, but I had no idea its roots ran so deep. and it seems they have crept into our most trusted circles. Someone at Steadfast Manor diverted this armor shipment here. Let's review what we uncovered.
We found recruitment handbills directed at the disillusioned druids.
We know that the Ascendant Lord allied with factions of the Eldertide and Firesong circles, but to actively promote a sacred druidic prophecy to gain followers to his cause. What about those crates we found?
The shipping labels said they were destined for Steadfast Manor and contained suits of armor.
Armor that the Ascendant Order can use to impersonate Steadfast Knights. I know Captain Marguerite by reputation. We must talk to her about the shipments. But first, I still need to gather samples of the plants used to make the poison.
The letter to the druid alchemist detailed the plan to poison Lady Arabelle and mentioned a garden.
And I assume the key we found will grant us access to this alchemical garden. Then I can craft an antidote for Lady Arabelle. She and Lord Bakara will know how to best handle this situation once she recovers from the poison.
Agreed. Firesong Vine Caller.
Nicely done.
Thanks, Ember. Find the poison plant. Not too stable around here.
See if the key we found will unlock it. A druid alchemist's workshop. Let's look around.
Druid Edreld.
Here's how we deal with pests in my garden.
Druid dead.
That's what I was looking for. A sister's cave bloom. But I've never seen one with quite that color before. I'll take a sample.
Shard of the Green. This small bright gem, found in a druid ritual box, features engraved etchings of druidic iconography. What? Iconography. It's there.
With these, I should be able to craft an antidote. What did you find over there?
Iconography. I don't know.
I gathered enough of the plant to craft an antidote for Lady Arabelle. She will soon be on her way to a full recovery. Did you find anything interesting in the druid ritual box?
I found this green crystal in the box.
That's a shard of the green. I've never seen an intact one before. Long ago, druids used them to protect sacred locations. The practice withered like leaves on a dying vine, mostly because they were so hard to come by. Hang on to that for now.
What now, Druid Ravana?
Now we do exactly what Lady Arabelle would want us to. We follow the clues. Head to Steadfast Manor. We need to talk to Captain Marguerite. I'll meet you there after I start the preparations for the antidote.
Gotcha.
That will be all, Sentry. But what's this? A druid and Lady Arabelle's assistant.
Forgive the intrusion, Captain. My friend will explain.
What brings a druid and Lady Arabelle's most trusted assistant to Steadfast Manor? I'm afraid Lord Bakaro is still on Galen, leading the relief efforts there. Is there something I can help you with?
I found crates and this shipping label addressed to you in an Ascendant Order stronghold.
Interesting. I was informed that those crates were lost at sea, but I suspected there was more going on than a simple accident. Add to that the minor thefts and intruders my knights keep running off, it seems the Ascendant Order has targeted us.
I also found this shard stone. Do you recognize it?
You say you found this with the Ascendant Order? That's one of Lord Bakaro's most prized possessions. He usually keeps it down in the cellars with his collection of trinkets from his adventuring days. Those thieves were bolder than I thought.
So you're claiming that the Society of the Steadfast has nothing to do with the Ascendant Order?
Claiming? The Society provides aid to those in need, but it's evident that the Ascendant Order stole from us. You're Lady Arabelle's investigator. Would you check the cellars and help me determine how those thieves got past our security?
I'll see if I notice anything out of the ordinary in the cellars.
Take this key. It will open the door to the cellars. Just follow the path to the north toward the dock. If the Ascendant Order is stealing from the Society of the Steadfast, we need to know how and why.
Okay, let's go out and have a look. Down towards the dock. Oh, I thought it was in there. Ah, that swimming pool again. Take off all this armor and go for a dive.
That empty sconce. See the druid symbols carved into it? Check if the shard fits into the socket.
Right. Let's see if I can get the right view. There we go.
Just as I suspected, a hidden door. Let's see what other secrets this manor is hiding.
Explore the hidden chambers.
A passage leading deeper beneath the manor. Let's see what Lord Bacaro is hiding down here. A druid circle. And an ancient one by the looks of it. I want to get a closer look. This place feels sacred. Ancient. Did Lord Bacaro know it was down here? And why keep it a secret? Instead of answers, suddenly we have more questions.
Do you know where we are, Rivana?
Somewhere beneath Steadfast Manor. But if you're asking what purpose it serves, that's an ancient druid circle. It's a place of power and meditation from long ago. As far as I know, the Stonelore Circle isn't aware this location even exists.
Why would Lord Bacaro keep a place like this a secret?
I'm not sure. But stones as old as these, they hold memories, emotions from ages past. Some believe they can tap into that power, use it for their own purposes. There may be a perfectly benign reason to keep such a place secret.
You don't sound convinced.
More often than not, places such as this are forgotten for a reason. Let's see what else we can learn, and depart this ancient hall as soon as we can.
Spriggans?
Let's go.
Powerful spirits often guard locations such as this. Be careful.
Yep, I've run into a whole bunch. I've got a circle guardian right here. Circle guardian down.
Down there. Let's get a closer look. Those carvings. Definitely druidic.
Let's read this book. Ancient Druid Bloodlines, a genealogy and in-depth study commissioned by Lady Larina Mercad. After an exhaustive study, I can say with reasonable certainty that what your family has always suspected is almost positively true. The Mercad bloodline is, indeed, an ancient Breton bloodline, dating back to the first appearance of the high half-elf race in High Rock. Further, I have found clear evidence that the family as it is known today can trace their ancestry to druids who arrived in the Sisters Archipelago with the original flotilla of the Druids of Galen, the very same that departed High Rock in the First Era. Moreover, I feel confident in proclaiming that not only were the Mercads members of the Bretons' original druidic ancestors, they were also clearly of royal blood. If you consider Druid King Kasserine to be the equivalent to the aristocrats who govern High Rock in the current era, add to that what we know of the Valorous bloodline, and your son will inherit the best of both dynasties. Why else would House Mercad's heraldry be rendered as 3 cup-spilling seeds and leaves if not for their druid connection? What follows is a complicated genealogy working backward from the time of the writing to the ancient days of the original Druids of Galen. Kasserine and the last Druid King is clearly shown in the family tree. The last entries from the time of the writing appears as follows: Lady Larina Mercad, 521, Lord Lucan Valorous, 2E516, married, and then Baccaro Valorous, 2E540, Lord Baccaro. Most recent entries follow. At first, my rage at the failures of High Isle and Galen knew no bounds. I had set up everything for success. The Alliance leaders should have died at sea, but they were too stubborn, and my magus failed to kill them at all flags. If Lady Arabelle's champion hadn't killed the 4, I would have. Then they foiled my plans at Galen. House Monard would have fallen, and I should have had a unified Druid Empire as my ally. Then I could have disbanded the Society of the Steadfast and replaced it with my Ascendant Order. The Magus was too arrogant, Archdruid Orlaith too hesitant. I cannot allow others to fail me again. A new Druid King must rise to fulfill the prophecy and claim the sacred regalia. I always intended this moment. It's my blood heritage after all. I am the last living descendant of Druid King Kasserine. Through my mother's bloodline, the legacy of the Bretons is mine to claim. I would have been content to let Orlaith rule for a time while I consolidated power and formulated plans, but she was too weak. I see that I must step forward now. I must replace the corruption of the Ruby Throne with the purity of the Ivy Throne, as nature demands. When I claim the regalia and awaken the true power of Mount Firesong, I will bury the current order in fire and ash, and from those ashes a new order will rise, not of brittle rubies and stone, but of ivy and vines, and roots that entwine and grow and spread. A new green age will dawn, nourished on the blood of the old.
That armor, it looks just like the Ascendant Lord, doesn't it?
Guess who the Ascendant Lord is?
What's the connection here? Why does the Ascendant Order care about this place? And why does Lord Baccaro have a suit of the Ascendant Lord's armor?
I found a journal written by Lord Baccaro. In it, he admits to being the Ascendant Lord.
What? But Lord Baccaro is a man of peace. Why secretly control the very order of rogue knights that are actively trying to destroy everything he's worked for? I don't understand.
Lord Baccaro wanted the Firesong to unite the Druids. He wants the Circles to crown a new Druid King.
So he helped foster the conflicts on Galen, then stepped in to help with the Steadfast after the dust settled. All while making alliances with the victors. But his plans failed. No new Druid King has been crowned.
I also found this genealogy. It indicates that Lord Baccaro is a descendant of the last Druid King.
Let me see that. Could this be accurate? Could Lord Baccaro be a direct descendant of Druid King Kasserine? Oh no. The carvings. I think I know why this place is important to Lord Baccaro. Examine the carvings. I'll explain what I see in them.
I'll examine the carvings.
Do you see? That's a stylized rendition of the Ivy Throne, with the Druid King's regalia, the crown, staff, and gauntlet below it. Carved above the throne. That's the heraldry of House Mershad.
Mershad?
So, Lord Bacaro, the Ascendant Lord, believes he's descended from the last Druid King through his mother's bloodline. He wants to become the Druid King and re-establish the Ivy Throne. That's why he went to Galen. He needs the Druid King's regalia.
What's so important about the Druid King's regalia?
In and of themselves, the regalia have no innate power. They're symbols, nothing more. However, the very fact that the sacred seeds have been regrown into the crown, staff, and gauntlet give credence to the prophecy of the Druid King.
Remind me about this prophecy.
The dream of Cassarain. The druids of the archipelago have debated its meaning since it was first uttered so long ago. With the regalia, Lord Bacaro can proclaim that the conditions of the prophecy have been met and that he's the new Druid King.
Would the druids really believe that?
The prophecy holds deep significance for druids. We've been waiting for its promise to manifest for a long, long time. We have to hurry. I must administer the antidote to Lady Arabelle and warn her of this betrayal. Meet me back at Mandrake Manor.
Right.
Lady Arabelle, drink this. It will neutralize the poison. We discovered the source of the poison and something more. Our friend will tell you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Tell me what you uncovered, dear. Ugh, couldn't you have added a touch of cinnamon or honey to this, Ravana? No matter. I assume I will be hale and hearty again before long. Now, enough with the suspense. Tell me what you've uncovered, dear.
Lord Bacaro is the Ascendant Lord. He sent the poison wine to you and Duchess Alea.
The poison must have affected my hearing. Did you say Lord Bacaro is the Ascendant Lord? How can that be? He sponsored the peace talks. He started the Society of the Steadfast, which has done nothing but good for the archipelago and the mainland.
I found his journal. He admitted his crimes and claims to be a direct descendant of the Druid King.
Looking at things from this perspective puts the delays and how the Ascendant Order has managed to stay one step ahead of us in a very different light. But why go through all this trouble? What is Lord Bacaro actually planning?
From what we found under Steadfast Manor, we think he wants to be the next Druid King.
I feel better already. Well done, dear Ravana. As for this business about the Druid King, I read the reports from Galen. Some druids truly believe that the Ivy Throne would be an improvement over the Ruby one. But all this chaos and murder...
What should we do, Lady Arabelle?
We've been hesitant for too long, unsure of where the next attack would come from. Now we know. It's coming from inside our circle, from someone we considered an ally, a friend. Take this, my friend. We'll deal with Bacaro soon enough.